Well, the CBI has filed a charge sheet in a fast-track court in the NEET-UG 2026 paper leak case. The agency has said that its investigation has found that the leaked question papers moved through two separate routes, a Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Haryana network and a Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Kerala network. Now, the CBI is describing the case as a countrywide conspiracy involving subject experts, coaching institute operators and intermediaries. Let me go across to my colleague Atul Ranjan, who joins us with more information on this. Atul, the CBI has filed a charge sheet in the NEET-UG paper leak case that was presented before the court yesterday. However, details are emerging as to what kind of operations were run regarding this entire paper leak case. Remember that the CBI, according to our sources, is saying that this entire leak case moved through two separate routes. One was Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Haryana network and the other was Maharashtra, Rajasthan, Kerala network. So if you can take us through some of these details which are emerging from the charge sheet that the CBI has filed in this particular investigation. Atul.
Well, as you know, CBI has filed a 20,000-page charge sheet in the whole NEET-UG paper leak. And what we're getting to understand is that at least 13 individuals who have been involved, right from leak to distribution, as well as, distribution through even cash in lieu of cash. All of those individuals have been named in this whole charge sheet. Now, what we're giving to understand is there are three different categories of individuals who have been named. Number one, some of the NTA subject experts, be it the chemistry, biology, or other subjects experts who were invited by NTA to set question papers. It is there from whom the questions were leaked. What we're getting to understand is that at least from one of the subject experts, at least when the phone of that particular expert was seized, at least 36 images which had handwritten chemistry question paper notes about over 100 questions in fact of chemistry that was recovered from him. And then you had a second set of individuals who have been named were the coaching center kingpins, who have several of these kingpins have been named, who have several of coaching branches in different parts of Maharashtra, and these individuals, these coaching owners, organize special sessions for their students in order to, obviously they had access to those question papers, and they organized several special sessions in order to prepare their students for the NEET-UG examination according to the paper and the questions that they already had access to. And then number three, you also had individuals who were, obviously distributing the question papers, who were sort of the intermediaries between the NTA subject expert as well as these coaching centers, and who were, distributing these question papers through, exchange of cash. About 30,000 to 40,000 cash were being taken for providing those question papers. And now obviously we know the whole of the paper leak. So that's sort of what was came out after a man from Seeker. He emailed to NTA right a few days after the May 3 examination, saying that he received a question paper right after the examination. In fact, the owner of that particular man shared a question paper, then which this person is from Seeker verified through his colleagues as well as through his own network, and then ultimately alerted the NTA that he had received a question paper which was obviously sort of matches the question paper questions that were asked in the NEET-UG examination. And the particular landowner that he referred to, he got those question papers from his son, an MBBS student sitting in Kerala, who got those question paper in return from his roommate, who got access from one of those distributors or from one of those the intermediaries, and that is how the whole racket was busted. Now the CBI has filed the 20,000-page charge sheet in a Delhi court in this matter. Now we are expecting expedited hearing in this whole process, so that obviously the about dozen students who committed suicide later because of the whole distress and the stress caused by the paper leak, those students as well as other lakhs of students would also get justice sooner.
Absolutely, Atul. I'll request you to stay on with us as we track a related development to this story. Well, we're getting news that the Cockroach Janata Party has